Hello. Flying solo for now. We'll see what happens. See what happens, people. How are people doing? All right, Randy, here's the deal. There's 7 different types of IMAX. But the IMAX 70 millimeter is the film. Then there's digital IMAX in different variations. It's playing very close to me in just regular 70 millimeter. I'm going to go see it there. Probably Tuesday. That seems right. It's a 3-hour movie. That seems to be the day I would have time to go see it. So I'm going to wait till Tuesday. And me going to a theater to see a movie is a big deal. So it better be good. My friend saw it. I think people's attitude is it's a spectacle. It's not his best movie. So we'll see. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I've never heard of a potato blintz. A potato knish, a potato latke. I don't think I've heard of a potato blintz. And a potato blintz with hash browns, legs, eggs, lox, and onions. That's the deal. That's what you get. In Florida, where you live, come on. Hey, Randy, do you ever go to the Boys? Do you go to the Boys? Do you know what I'm talking about? The Boys? I like that place, the Boys. Are you getting the soot and smoke from Canada? Why don't you make your first appearance up here, Tom? I'll send you a link. Mazzy's ill. Yeah, the Boys Market. Do you go there, Fred? No. People already have it. What's up? Yeah, your hair and curlers. That's the way people expect you to come up. The Boys is around the block. Yeah, they all those Strata East that they say they release for a record store day limited. It ain't true. But it's usually like a year after record or like in the fall where they'll drop a regular version. But it's the same thing. Yes, they're sending us their smoke. What else? Hello. It's gonna be a struggle to get through 2 hours today. No, Jim should be joining a little later. Maybe I'll pull it up. But I've eaten their prepared food there is good. That's what I remember is good there. It's like an Italian market in Florida. I think he bought subs. Vinyl Piper bought subs. That's what I think. Vinyl Piper is going up the West Coast buying records from places. Hey, I have an auction on Saturday. I'll do a preview video later today. I think that's just normal for Mazzy. He has a bad tooth and he caught a summer cold. Don't curse, Mazzy. How are you in a lift? Oh, you're flying back to LA today. That's right. Nice. Hello. Where are the fires in Canada? Aren't they in the eastern part? I don't know. I don't watch the news. So I noticed something. I watched the Ingrooves video a little bit before the stream this morning, and he had mentioned that Rhino has this Spirit of 76 series. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting for people to join me, let's take a look at it. Share the screen. Come back. Here we are. Let's make it a little bigger. How much bigger is that? So when I look at this, guys, it's going to be here. The fires are 900, really. Wow. Okay. So congratulations, Dan B. So let's look at these Rhino Spirit of 76. So we have this Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town, Chicago X. This is the one If You Leave Me Now's on, I think. Right? Let's click on it. If you leave me now, right there. Dun, dun, dun. How many people, when they know that there's a triangle in the song, go like this? Bing. It's that song and then the REO Speedwagon song. Bing. I'm going to do a preview video. If it's me by myself, this might be the preview video. But some people are supposed to be joining me. Okay, let's continue with these Rhino records. So I like this album because I had it on cassette. Todd Rundgren, Faithful. Okay. The Monkees, Greatest Hits. We need another one. But is that a 45 or just stickers? Stickers. Hey, I picked up that Rhino reissue, original Rhino reissue from 85 of the Monkey's Head, and I'm gonna try and find it. Supposedly there's a song on there that's the extended version of a song. On that, it's not on the original Head soundtrack. It's only on the Rhino reissue from 1985. That Porpoise song. It's the 4-minute version, and on the original Rhino soundtrack, it's a 2-minute version. 2 minutes something. Did anyone know that? Where's Harry? Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, is this the Kevin Gray? Is this the Kevin Gray? Boom. Kevin Gray. Kevin, you want to pick this up because it's the Kevin Gray cut on his tubes. And not on his pubes, on his tubes. This is the one you want. So that's good. For $25? So far, that's the one you want to pick up. War's Greatest Hits cut on. Yeah, dude. So that soundtrack one I have has the extended cut. Okay. So that War's Greatest Hits is the one you want to get. I have the Record Store Day one they put out originally. Linda Ronstadt, she just turned 80. Suffering with her Parkinson's or something. I don't know who this band is, Kingfish. Someone want to tell me who Kingfish is? Oh, it's Bob Weir's band. Okay. That's a cool cover, though. And it wouldn't be a Rhino without a Ramones. Live at the Roxy. Jay Giles Band. That's a live album, double. This is an album I find all the time, even in thrift stores. And at least they colored this in the original, right? It's just, embossed. John Prine, Bad Company, Flaming Grooves, these, CD, and then LP. Okay. Faces, Grateful Dead, I have this. I think it's part of the box I have. Bootsy Collins. Oh, these are Rhino Reserves, but I guess they're part of this. These are the reserves. Jack came up on Tuesday and showed this Commander Cody record. Gordon Lightfoot and then ZZ Top live. I guess that's a live album. And Year of the Cat. Interesting. Yeah, Boomer series. That was interesting. You got to get that War record. That's the one you got to get. It's Elliot Cruz. Elliot Cruz is becoming very popular.
No, I'm not. No.
I'm
just somewhat tolerated.
Hold on. I didn't finish. Elliot Cruz is becoming popular with burgeoning VC channels.
How can I do that when I'm still virgining? You call me a virgin?
No, burgeoning.
I know. How do you get that? What do you get that from, Rob?
That the new guy Wyatt had, the Hawaiian guy had you on as a featured interview thing.
Well, he needed a test run for his live stream. Stanny's coming on next, I think.
Yes. Yeah. How do you get your channel to burgeon? Nudity.
Yeah.
Michael Dawson, nudity. Elliot's not high. You would think wearing that shirt he is.
I haven't been high in about 25 years.
Listen, I only get high to go to sleep.
That doesn't count.
If I get high during the day, it's over. Then my day's
that doesn't count, Rob. That's just you taking your sleep medication.
Yeah, it's my sleep medication. Look, I don't drink anymore. I don't do anything. So he's the original gangster.
I went to a record show Saturday, Rob, and did a video actually that night. I wasn't so exhausted afterward that I wasn't able to put together a video the Saturday night. Mm-hmm. And usually my videos, album reviews and things like that, get between 75 and 150 views, something like that. That's pretty much the average. And that thing's already got about 250 views. People like seeing record shows, people at record shows and things like that.
So did you do well at the show?
I did fair. I didn't make out like gangbusters, but I did okay. Considering that it was like 98 degrees outside with a heat advisory of 105, 108, something like that. A heat advisory and what feels like temperature of about 108. People showed up. I think there were about 300 people that came in to the show.
I think everyone's feeling it. I mean, for here, it's hot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we've been in a drought here in this area for the whole summer. And they say when you don't get any rain, it's hotter just on a given day.
This year's supposed to be like an El Nino, so you're probably going to get some rain this year.
Oh, I hope so. We need it, but we're not getting it at the right time for the farmers. That's the problem. And for the water supplies, the reservoirs and the river levels. But that's us problem, not everybody's problem.
This is the silliest. Challenging Elliot to a record cleaning contest. How are you going to do it? Who's going to judge it? How are you going to know each record's equally dirty?
I can win on style because I wear this shirt and this hat when I do it.
Well, you should incorporate some juggling.
Yeah.
And stuff like that in it. Breaking news. Yeah, there's a huge, I saw that this morning.
Where is it? In
LA. Our infrastructure is not the greatest, that they don't repair the water mains until they rupture.
Right. That's pretty much true everywhere, I think.
Wax.
And y'all were in a desert in LA, so right.
Wax. Well, LA is a desert. Anything
That's
like
what I'm saying.
the funny thing
you've
is,
got water for all these people. How many?
Yeah.
10 million people.
the LA metro area is like 22 million people.
22 million.
Or maybe under that a little. Wax, did you watch Arch versus Ing?
Mhm.
How much effort is it to type Argentina in England? I did watch the game. England gave up. They gave up. They freaked out that they scored a goal first, and then they gave up.
Well, the guy, my friend and I go to do a dual guitar lesson. We take our lessons, each of it together instead of individually. So we get an hour in instead of 30 minutes. We go over to this guy's house to do them, and he texts us. We go on Tuesday. He texts us, "Hey, can we move that lesson back down to 2:00 instead of 4:00?" And of course, we knew exactly what it was. He wanted to watch the Spain and France game soccer match that was starting at, I think it started at 3. So we changed our schedule for them, and I know so little about it. They were telling me which the 4 teams were left at that point. And I said, well, I'll base who I'm pulling for on who are the best dancers. So I guess I'm pulling for Argentina.
Yeah, but they've won it enough.
Well, that's new. But I know nothing about it. But gosh, those people.
How many times has Spain won the World Cup?
Well, Spain, good dancers in Spain too. So,
Yeah, we don't go.
If they had a dance off, who would win? I know England would have been out.
No one gives a shit about dancing, Elliot. Stop.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm going to root for Spain over Argentina.
I'm not really going to. You said nobody gives a shit about dancing. I don't give a shit about soccer, so I don't care.
Is this
I just hope nobody gets hurt.
Is that a facsimile of Jim?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's happening? Soccer?
No. We went through this new Rhino Spirit of 76 reissues.
Oh, very nice.
And the one that seems to me is the one to get is they're redoing the War's Greatest Hits that Kevin Gray remastered on his old tube setup.
Right.
If I remember correctly, that original pressing is a really good sounding record.
Yeah, but this Kevin Gray one is pretty good.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. And it came out for Record Store Day. I don't know how many years ago, like 7, 8 years ago. Maybe sooner than that. And
I know this predates you, Rob, but not Jim and I. But on YouTube, I got to watching some of the midnight special TV programs.
Oh, that doesn't predate me, Elliot. When I was a little kid.
You're a little kid. I think 72 was the first year for Midnight Special. I watched the debut, and it was among other acts. It was John Denver hosting, Ma Cass Elliott. And
they did Leaving on a Jet Plane, which is good.
They did it together. It was good.
Yeah,
War was on there, and they were really good. And the Isley Brothers, I believe, was another one of the acts.
No, I mean, I remember all that. I had older brothers. What was the competing?
Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Rock concert. Ron Kirshner.
So was rock concert like an alternative Saturday Night Live? It would play in that spot.
That was pre-Saturday Night Live.
When did Midnight Special play? Was that on Friday night?
One played Friday night at 12:30, and one played Saturday night at 12:30 or something like that.
Okay.
One of them, I forget which one was which. One of them, it was the show to come. They said nobody's watching TV after Johnny Carson goes off.
Yeah.
and they said, well, let's stick something on there that's cheap to produce and see what happens. And, you know, of course, it caught on.
Which one did Wolfman Jack host?
Midnight Special.
Okay.
But he wasn't on that first one. But, yeah, he did host it for a while.
That was, who produced that? Some famous guy.
Oh,
Sugarman. Bert Sugarman.
Yeah, Bert Sugarman.
Sugarman.
Mary,
See,
Mary
Elliot,
too?
I remember all this shit.
You do. Well, we remember.
Who was Bert Sugarman married to?
Your mom.
Carol Wayne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Carol Wayne, okay, I'll tell you, Carol Wayne, most people knew her. She was the blonde ditz that
Yeah.
Johnny Carson would have on skits.
Right.
But there was a movie, like a sex drama with Peter Coyote, where he had several women, and she was like in that, and she got naked and showed off her nice body. But she did a spread in Playboy too. Later in her, more in the 80s, and then she horribly died in a drowning.
Out at the beach.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She was actually on an episode of Emergency. My wife watches Emergency at 4:00 every day,
She was also-
or
she was
5:00, and she was on Emergency playing. Guess what? The Dincy Blonde.
She was also very smart. She had like, she was like a PhD. That was her real voice.
It was her real voice. Okay.
That was her real voice.
Were you there, Bill K? I think it was in Mexico.
Yeah, it was.
You know what Dolly Parton said about that stereotype, the stupid blonde?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, I don't know, Barbara Waters or somebody asked her one time fairly early in her career how she felt about those jokes about, you know, being a dumb blonde. And Dolly said, you know, she didn't bother her a bit because she wasn't dumb or blonde.
Let's see here. Randolph Mantooth, yeah, he passed away. This morning, the guy Hal Williams, who was on that 227 TV show, but he was the drill sergeant in Private Benjamin. That's what I remember.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And he was on Sanford and Son as well, I think.
Yeah.
No, this is a Sears hat.
It's not a Sears hat. Sears doesn't exist anymore, Jim.
Sears used to make ponchos. Remember, you could get a Sears poncho. It wasn't really a real poncho.
You just used to go in there and look at the Craftsman tools.
I don't remember Sears.
You want to know something? When Sears started having a downturn, you know how they made a shitload of money? They sold the Die Hard brand. They owned that Die Hard.
Right.
Oh, the batteries. Yeah.
And they sold it for a lot of money.
Huh.
Sears was Amazon back in.
I think someone could correct me if I'm wrong. Sears was like the number one, like hardware, like tools and shit.
Everything.
So, yeah.
In 1910, at turn of the century, 100 years ago, Sears was Amazon.
Yeah. So what was it like back then, Jim?
It was interesting because all the food was organic. There was no pollution in the air, and we died at 30.
Yeah, like Jim used to have the catalog, and customers used to come to Jim. Jim wore that smock.
Yeah.
Then he had, what do you call those, Elliot?
Oh yeah,
he had
those
the arm
sleeves. Yeah.
No, they're like garters.
Garter belts.
Yeah.
Arm garters.
Arm garters.
And Jim, instead of saying good morning, like singing good morning, Jim used to go, top of the day to you. He used to say something like that.
Top of the morning.
They Sears used to sell houses.
They sold everything. They sold everything.
There's a few houses in a nearby town that are and they're good. They look nice. They're really good. They obviously hold up. But they have Sears and Roebuck houses.
We
two or
went
three
to,
of them. They would bring them in on the rail line, and then just move them. If you live near the railroad, it's pretty easy to get up. And it was prefab, you kind of put it together in parts.
We went to the portrait gallery to get our family picture taken. Hey, I want to point this out. So Vinyl Piper, I'm going to show the picture Vinyl Piper showed. Vinyl Piper is, I guess he's doing well. He drove up the coast and stopped at every record store he could stop at. He was posting pictures. Of course, he's not finding records for me. So he posted this record right here. Winter Winds, the P.E. Hewitt Jazz Ensemble. This record has sold for $2,000. That's all it sold. It's a very rare, hard to find. If you know Real Now Again, the reissue label, they reissued the record along with, I guess there was more material in about 2010, and you could still get it. Probably mostly you can find it on CD. It's okay, but they reissued it. It's a cheap way of getting it because how many people are going to spend $2,000 on this record? But you can't find this record. An original.
That's out of my league right there. I'll show you 3 records if you want me to that I got at the record show.
Yeah.
Problem with the record show is I got almost as many records. I bought almost as many records as I sold. So, but I got 3 Kinks records from one guy. They didn't pay a whole lot of money for them.
I hope you paid $5 for that.
No, I didn't have this particular Kinks record. I got this in Preservation Hall Volume 1 and a compilation from way back called Lola, taking advantage of the popularity of Lola, I guess. And I got 3. I didn't pay a lot of money for them, but I got this for next to nothing. And this is Albert Collins' "Don't Lose Your Cool," and it's on Alligator in pristine condition. And here's the ones I wanted you to see, Rob, because you are a big jazz fan. But I got two twofers from Prestige.
Yeah.
The Charles Mingus.
Okay, that's a good one. You know why that's a good one?
Tell me.
So it's it's a live out. Basically, it's the same show live, but 2 different albums because one of them, Max Roach plays on one.
Right, yeah.
But it's Van Gelder and the Deadwax. Rudy Van Gelder remastered that.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. That's one you want to get of those twofers. That's a good one.
Yeah. And here's the other one. I think it probably was issued about the same time. Just called Monk.
Yeah, I mean all those were issued in the early 70s, 1970.
Right. But I got these 2. I thought that would be good to add to.
Yeah, no. I don't know if check that one out. I think that might be a Van Gelder remaster too.
It could be.
Yeah.
It'll be in the Deadwax, right? And it's the green.
As Elliot looks for Van Gelder and the Deadwax.
Yes, I was going to say we don't want to slow this thing down too much.
I don't know which albums those are on that one.
It's actually 3 different. It's parts of 3 different albums rather than
different.
one.
Yeah, different things. But that Mingus is excellent. I highly recommend people get that.
I'm seeing something, but I can't quite make out what the initials are. I think it's
it's easy to see. It says Van Gelder stamped.
The whole name Van Gelder. Is it stamped or is it?
Yeah. It's on the opposite side of the matrix numbers.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, so those are Van Gelder. Also, if you want a really good cheap version of Saxophone Colossus, Sonny Rollins, that's Van Gelder mastered, you get that twofer too. There's several Rollins twofers, but it's red. It's red like that.
What do you think a good VG Plus to near mint copy of this should go for?
That one, it's like $25 range.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what he had a mark for.
Yeah.
But both of them for 25, and he sold them to me. I've known the guy for a while at shows and stuff. He let me have them for 20 each.
Hey, don't try and butt in like you normally do, Jim.
But those are the things I got. Some of them, like I say, I got right many, but I'm not going to try to show a bunch.
It's like $25. If you could probably find it for 10 or 15, but it's a good $25 record.
And you know, we at the record shows we buy from each other back and forth, and you know, try to support each other.
Hey, someone mentioned that Fiona Apple has a new record coming out. I didn't hear anything about it. Did hear about the Beck one from the In-Groove, and they're simultaneously releasing a D with CC, that Grover dude's high end one, and a regular version at the same time.
Of what? Of
the new Beck album.
Grover's releasing a high end version of the Beck album?
Yes. Okay. He couldn't contain himself. He's freshly blown his nose. It's Norman Maslow.
I'm sure.
Apple's new single is the theme song for the new Apple TV show Lucky.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to say this. They dropped that show yesterday. It stars
I watched it last night.
They dropped the first 3 episodes.
I saw 2. I didn't know if there's a third one.
They did the first 3 episodes. There's supposed to be just 7. And it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a crime thriller. Uh-oh, Mazzy might get us sick.
It's one of those shows that's not a new subject. I mean, really,
it's based on a book.
Yeah.
What's the show?
Lucky.
It's
on Apple
called
TV.
Lucky.
Oh,
I like it that it has
it's Annette Bening playing the same role she's playing on that other show, the one of the Yellowstone spinoffs.
For all my lens critics.
Oh, I thought you were fogging up the place with your heavy.
Does that improve?
Yeah. Hey, Annette Bening. So there's a movie coming out with Andy Samberg, and the plot is very interesting. He plays a guy who, I think maybe his girlfriend breaks up with him or something. Then he gets involved in some sort of medical experiment where he's in a coma for like 20 or 30 years, and he comes out of it, and he goes looking for his girlfriend, who now is Annette Bening, to get back together with her. It was supposed to be Jean Smart, but she couldn't do the movie, so Annette Bening stepped in. I would like to see that film.
And Sandberg is married to Joanna Newsom.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, but
I saw her. I saw her at the Hollywood Bowl. I forget who she opened for.
Yeah, I love her, but yeah, I mean, she's an acquired taste.
I watched the long, I believe it's called The Long Walk.
Oh,
kind of
that's a very hard movie to watch.
A ripoff of the Hunger Games kind of thing.
Well, it's the same director, actually, Elliot.
Yeah. This one's written by Stephen King.
Stephen King.
I didn't know that when I started watching. Oftentimes, I don't like the way Stephen King ends his movies. I didn't like the ending on this one, but it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I watched the Digger trailer. It seemed a lot for me. It was a lot.
I've finished the season of the Tatiana Maslany show. What is it?
No, I don't know that.
The Woman Maximum Sexual whatever from Apple.
Yeah,
it's a thriller. It's a thriller. She gets involved online with the sexual video thing, and they start. There's this whole group of people who are going after people and making them do things with their businesses. It's a conspiracy type of thing, but it's good.
A blackmail thing you're talking about?
Blackmail, yeah.
I know this movie, I think, played at early film festivals early in the year, so I've been hearing about it. I'm waiting until it comes to streaming.
Well, the show I want to see, you know how the algorithms in Instagram or whatever will tend to, or any of these social media things, will tend to, if you watch something, they'll keep showing you more. I keep seeing these little excerpts from this TV show I've never watched called Ted. I know everybody knows this one, Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
And seeing these little clips, oh man, what a great philosopher he seemed to be. So I want to watch that. But
well, actually, yeah, maybe you should watch that. He might kind of connect with that character.
What network was it on?
Apple TV. It's Apple TV.
Oh, see, I don't have Apple.
See, the way it started, Elliot, is they were actually promoting, I think, the MLS, or no, NBC got the rights to the Premier League, and they were promoting it. And Jason Sudeikis made up this character for the ad campaign.
Yeah,
that's how that started.
That's what I heard him talk about that on. They keep giving me these feeds of stuff about that show. But now, is it showing on any other streaming services?
Apple's exclusive. Apple tends to be, and I'll say this, and I think Rob may agree, a lot of their shows are highbrow. You really have to invest. Not all of them.
Well, that throws me out completely.
No, I think you'd like them. You're smart enough to like Severance, for instance.
What about the? I want to see the Handmaid's Tale.
That's on AMC.
No, that's.
I think Netflix has it. So or Hulu.
No, on Netflix. If it was on Netflix, I would have seen it by now.
Then Hulu has it.
Yeah. I think it's Hulu. That's it.
Yeah, but
I don't have Hulu or Apple. So
okay, TV review time over. Mazzy, I went through this one. I was by myself, but let's pull it back up again. This Rhino Spirit of 76 thing.
Right.
So I went through it. This Rod Stewart album. What's big from this album?
Tonight's the Night, I think.
Okay. That's not a bad album.
That's a good album. That's before he got disco-y.
Oh, yeah, the Chicago album. When I got my boombox and joined Columbia House, I had the cassette of the Chicago album. I like it. I don't know the Todd Rundgren Faithful album. We don't need the Monkees' Greatest Hits again. I think it was reissued recently. Am I wrong?
Yeah, someone will buy it,
Hey, Mazzy, when I showed that Head soundtrack the other day, that Rhino from 1985 version
has a different version of a track, right?
The Porpoise song.
Yeah.
And that's like the 4
minutes. I think it's longer. It's like the longer.
It's 4 minutes. It's twice as long. But here's the one on this list. This Greatest Hits of War. It's the Kevin Gray remaster. Okay. So that's the one you want. This is
Linda turned 80 years old yesterday. Her birthday.
Yeah, I said that.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Do that.
I saw Linda
Kingfish. That's Bob Weir's group and one of the new writers.
Ramones. Jay Giles live. This Jethro Tull I see all the time. It's not hard to find that record.
Is that John Prine on the right?
That's the best of John Prine.
Yeah, that's a great album. If anybody hasn't got any John Prine, if they want to get started with him, that Prime
one of them is
a great place to start.
All right, calm down, people.
You're talking over me, Mazzy.
You're talking over
me.
No, you're talking over me.
All right, I'm going to start talking. There were 4 of them, and we all went, oh, come on, someone talk.
This Flaming Groovies, right? What was their big song?
Shake Some Action is one of them. See, that's the second generation of Flaming Groovies when they became more of a sort of a jingle jangle, Birdsey, Mercy type band. The first Flaming Groovies with Roy Loney in the late 60s was a little more R&B, not R&B, but rockabilly, rock and roll. They're a San Francisco band.
All right. We got the Faces Best of. Then
that's good, that Grateful Dead, but
they do this all the time. It's in this box I have right here.
It's in the box, but hasn't been issued individually a lot.
All right, these are the Rhino Reserves. And Jack showed this Commander Cody record the other day.
That's a good,
Was it 2 LPs?
Yes.
That album?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure I've got the original in it.
That's one I don't have.
This Bootsy Collins good.
That's great, that Bootsy.
And then, is this the Edmonds Fitzgerald? Okay, so that's, I guess if you like Gordon Lightfoot, that's the one to get.
That's a good album. I like some of his other albums better.
Then, the ZZ Top. I've never really seen this album.
Which one is it? I don't recognize it.
Al Stewart will be popular. That's a popular record.
Time passages.
Yeah.
Want to see what record I just got?
No, we're talking,
No.
Jim. We're talking about this. Add your 2 cents.
I could give a shit.
Well, what I was saying when Mazzy and I were trying to talk at the same time is that Prime album is a songs from his first few albums and early in his career. So anybody that's doesn't have any John Prine and they want to try to see if they like him, that's Prime is a excellent starting point. You can go from there.
I'm going to throw a boombox at you, Vinyl Piper. Hey, congratulate Vinyl Piper. You went over 10,000 subs. How much did it cost you to get those subs?
Yeah, how much can I buy 5,000 for? I can help Vinyl Piper get to
Vinyl Piper is not the buying type of stuff.
I can help him get to 200.
He's the real deal. I mean, he puts those. He puts the work in.
Subs don't matter because most of the people that are your subs, most of the people never probably even go to your channel.
Well, that's true, but it's down to views. If you're gonna,
all right, the 3 Jewish guys on screen, including me. Easy now, Randy is talking about potato blintzes. I don't think I've had a potato blintz.
Oh, I've had
Potato blintzes are good. I like them.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're sweet. Blintzes are sweet, right?
But you could put jelly on a potato blintz.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've had sweet blintzes, like with cream cheese inside.
Yeah.
Potato's good too.
There's various kind of blintzes.
Why don't you just shove the blintzes?
Is that a breakfast food or is that a appetizer?
It's Jew.
Strong, baby, 15-inch.
It's
Jew
sweet,
food, not
Elliot.
savory.
Elliot, it's Jew food.
When do you eat it though? Is it any particular time of day?
Whenever your mama and grandmama cooks it.
In the middle of the night. No, it's like, well, your grandma cooks up a dinner. There's
everybody who made that kind of shit in my family's dead.
Sometimes for brunch,
We're trying to talk each other into making. Someone's got to make chopped liver.
Cheese blintzes for breakfast are a big deal, or at a deli you can have them for lunch or breakfast.
Look,
that's what I was asking. Thank you, man.
Potato knish is what I grew up having.
No, they're not like pierogies.
Or alakas. Potato latkes are. You know what? We need to get Elliot a potato knish.
Sure, I'll try it.
So, but a potato knish is like crust with inside is like mashed potato. But
Yeah, kind of like a pierogi.
No, we need to get Elliot on an airplane and get him out here.
My grandmother used to make pierogies. My Russian grandmother.
Chopped liver is horrible, Eddie.
I love chopped liver.
Yeah, a blini. A blini is a little like a crepe and a little like a blintz.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm going to pull up something else now. We'll talk about this. So the new Beck album, you can get a regular version of it.
That's not it.
This is the high-end audiophile version.
No, that's the wrong album.
That is it.
That's Running Phase. That's the wrong album. So get with it. No.
Sorry. Where are we going? Vinyl.
Apparently, they're only there. It is the left.
On white vinyl.
Well, that's
the regular version.
Yeah, I said the left. You didn't go to the left. There, left. That's it.
There you go.
It's the first one.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the suggested retail? What's it selling for?
About 109.
The audiophile one's $100, but the regular
it's a one step, but you can get it for $32.
Yeah,
regular edition.
That was my question. What's the regular one?
$32.
So
That's
on this
reasonable.
album, Mazzy, does it have those songs from the EP that came out, or no? This is all
the EP is totally separate. No, this is a brand new album, all new songs. It's with the same group he worked on with Sea Change and Morning Phase.
Well, the 2 Jellyfish guys.
And Mutations, yeah.
Yeah, it has Roger Manning and
Nigel Godrich mixed it, and it's coming out, I think, September 18th. And supposedly the one step's only 1,000 copies. I've never recall in the modern era now putting out a high-end version at the same time as a new record, like right away. That's kind of cool, I guess. I mean,
let's see how that works. That might be a good model. Because I'm not going to pay for an audio.
No, of course you're not. And most people aren't. But there are people that like those. And I happen to like Beck. And
have they released a song from it yet?
yes, there's a video and a song.
Is it good?
Yeah. Well, it's dark and moody and slow. It's not one of his upbeat dancings. It's a lot of orchestration. It's kind of folksy country. It's beautiful, ethereal. It's exactly like Sea Change.
This is not recycled vinyl. Let's look at the.
No, it's not. The original one is. Now, not all recycled vinyl is
my experience, the bio vinyl is the good one.
Well, the one that Billie Eilish did was terrible, but the one that what's the guy from Chicago who died, the producer?
Al Cooper?
No.
The guy, the more modern,
the guy that did Nirvana's In Utero. Yeah. Remind me his name. My head's still clogged with. But anyway, his last album was on this bio vinyl.
Well, on Record Store Day, if you got either Cure record, the greatest hits.
Steve Albini. Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Okay. If you got either of the Cure, the greatest hits, or the acoustic greatest hits, those were on bio vinyl.
Yeah.
I got the acoustic one, and it sounds excellent.
I think they're improving the formula. And there are a few different formulas. Yeah. So I think it's.
I think bio vinyl is technically not recycled vinyl.
Yeah, but it's different thing. They're refining it. So
I think are they disclosing if they're using recycled vinyl on records?
They say what it is. And
look, if it's a yeasty young girl album, it's recycled. If it's a respectable band, it's bio. Good.
That's kind of creepy the way you said that.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah. Well, Roberto, that Beck album is recorded digitally, so it's from file.
But the two Jellyfish guys are on it.
Yeah, but are they both? I thought one of them was.
Well, both of. So this past weekend at the Hollywood Bowl, they did tribute to Wes Anderson for 3 nights.
I saw some clips,
and it was Beck's band backing everything. Right. It was Roger Manning and piano, and Jason, both from Jellyfish. They're in his band. They tour with him.
And yes, the DSS is from that album was recorded digitally, so it's a record, but it's digital tape. There's differences. All digital, like analog, is not all the same.
Hey, do you want to see Jim? Do you want to see Jim get a boner?
Uh-oh.
Yep. No.
Okay, I'm going to make Jim big, and hopefully he can see what I'm showing. New release.
They mentioned Vinyl Files. Okay.
Oh yeah, she's got a new one out.
This is Jim's favorite.
I love McLaurin Salvant.
This singer, I have one of her albums.
Really good. Really good. Is that's the kind of orchestra?
None such.
Now this is the Vinyl File Band. This is one of my all-time favorite albums. I will say this album has never sounded as good as this. This is better than the original. The original is good, but this is better. This is far better than the Mobile Fidelity. This is a good version. This is a $40 record or whatever.
When did the Mobile Fidelity come out?
Yeah,
I think there were two, like one in the 80s, one maybe late. I think there were
more modern one that's numbered.
Yeah, I haven't heard them both. This is great.
You think it's better than my Columbia House version?
Oh God, yeah. I don't know, but it's better than the original Capitol. And now it's not like it's not one of those Steely Dan type recordings, but this, the original, when you play it back to back, is a little anemic with the bass and stuff, and this is excellent. So if this is an album you like, I haven't recorded a video on this yet, but it's excellent. Nice cover, kind of a matte finish. I mean, I tell you, Vinyl File is kicking it, man. Great stuff. So, and of course, the obligatory tape box.
Yeah.
And who did the notes? Rick Fiornino. I don't know who that is, but did a good job on these.
Hey, now a question for you, Mazzy, to change the subject a little. This whole thing Westman did with starting a writing campaign to get the Led Zeppelin reissues done. Reaching out to what's his face,
Jimmy Page.
No,
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page. What I mean, what do you think?
It's a fun thing to do, you know. I mean, most likely
It'll
never
get him a
respond.
lot of attention. It'll get him some attention, but
Well, it did.
he's ignoring the fact.
Apparently, there's a fan site that interviewed
They
him.
did an article interview with him. You know, it gets buzz, and believe me, Rhino has. Patrick Milligan has said they've sent a box set. I think the Coltrane box and a couple of other things to Jimmy Page's management, so they're aware of this. And he's 82 years old. He probably doesn't give a shit. It wouldn't be about money. It'd be about ego, because he certainly doesn't need the
Right, and his ego, I think this goes against his ego, because his ego,
it could be, but it's been 12.
From what he has said in the past, he's already done the best version of it.
He feels it's the
have you done anything different?
That's what he said in the past. Maybe he's changed his mind, but
Jim,
it seems to me. Let me.
I'm talking to you, Jim, like Rob does.
No, well, actually, I believe if I had to vote, Jim was talking first.
Yeah, I was talking first. So let me finish my thing, and I'd love to hear your response to this, Massey, because I think you might know the best. I heard once that Paul McCartney would never tell Linda McCartney not to sing in his band, because if he did, it would mean that he never should have, and he would never go there. I believe the same thing is true with Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page came out.
He had Linda McCartney.
Let me finish. He came out and vehemently said, "This is the best version." 15 years ago or 10 years ago, and he hasn't gone back to it since. Yeah. I don't know that he can reverse himself on that.
Probably not. Well, we know that as in politics, some people can apologize, some people can change. It's been 12 years since those the ones you're referring to,
right?
And he says they're the definitive ones. And in 12 years, now have you changed your mind on anything in the last 12 years?
I am not Jimmy Page. I am not that kind of a genius. If I think that's the difference between me and a genius, is that I do change.
No, hold on. I have something to
don't
say.
ask me. That's silly.
Mazzy, have you paid attention to any stream we've ever done?
Yes.
Jim regularly rearranges his audio setup.
Yeah, I have a new system
all
every
the time.
15 minutes.
You know,
so
the bottom line, it is a long shot, and you know it gets some buzz, and Rhino could, send another.
Those Jimmy Page remasters are horrible. They're horrible, but he loves them. He thinks they're the best.
I think it's humorous that in the Hoffman forum somebody posted Steve Westman and interview with Jefferson. That was talking about this.
There's a thread,
and
Alex
of course, there's a lot of the things we're saying here is maybe he won't do it because he feels like he did it already and things like that, or he had nothing. So interesting back and forth. But there's always one or two people that want to be such assholes, I guess you would say, about it. And this morning before I came on, I checked the forum to see if anybody had commented there on that page, and they had. And of course, it was calling Steve Westman a shill for Rhino. I'm like, God, no good deed goes unpunished.
No,
there's a lot of people say, like Jeff Myers here, that they're all already out there now. Original copies aren't cheap anymore. In used stores, Zeppelin records sell all the time. Not crazy, maybe $40, $60, depending. Some more, some less. Obviously, we know about the RL. But a lot of those records, a lot of the old records have been played so much they've trashed.
I have a question. I know people talk about this shit all the time, but I've never heard it explained to me the metalwork. How long can the metalwork sit around? Can it be used?
Technically forever, but I hope, first of all, they're not going to do this, but if they did, forget the classic records. I've heard
do the RL.
The classic records aren't as good as some people think they are.
No, the RL. If the RL metalwork's available, do that one.
I don't think that would be available. In those days, they probably destroyed it,
Well, if push comes to shove when it comes to Led Zeppelin, I'm not a huge fan. I appreciate that. I listened to an album of theirs every once in a while. But my daughter, on the other hand, my 32-year-old daughter, she loves Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, a lot.
And when I set up her turntable, her stereo system for when she got her first real house, after college and everything, I set her up a little vintage system, which Jim would be very proud of. It was a nice system. And I got her a bunch of records, but, used records, curated her a box of records. But she wanted Led Zeppelin, of course. Instead of going out and paying $20, $30, $40, $50 for used copies of Led Zeppelin, just went on Amazon and got those, I guess it's the classics, for a bundle of the first 4 Led Zeppelin albums for $80 some, I think it was.
Classic record pressings?
For about $20.
No, you got
whatever the one is that sold at a normal price.
Oh,
I
that's
got
not
the ones you can
Classic
get.
Records was an audiophile label. It's
No,
different.
not classic then. Just
Yeah.
normal.
Oh yeah, you can get
For
reissues.
$20. Why spend $40 or $50 for a used Led Zeppelin record that's going to be in VG to VG plus shape when you can get a new press?
Elliot, you know the answer. You already know the answer.
Most people, you're right, Elliot. Elliot, most people don't hear the difference, don't know the difference, and don't give a fuck. They don't care. But when you actually, if you have a decent system, this is about this part of the vinyl community. A lot of us, not all of us, but some. If you put it back to back, like here's a good example. Well, this is different because it's not original, but I finally did my shootout. I recorded my video. It's coming out today, promoting something of the DSS Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. And I played an original copy that I borrowed from Kimbo, very close to the first year. I put that on. That original, that Tamla Motown, sounds so great, so good, so immediate. I then put on a CD from 1998. That sounded excellent too. Great CD. I put on the MoFi. The MoFi, oh my God, from 2008 was terrible. It was anemic. No one's going to get it up. Listen to that record. Like
what? Huh? Who?
Oh,
When it's sure like the ball, that song. That Mobile Fidelity was terrible. And then I put on the one step. The one step equaled close. Maybe the original has a slide edge. The DSS sounded almost exactly like the original. Really good. Really, it pops. It's dynamic. It was really good, but it's $100 record, $120 record.
More of what I'm saying, more to the point of what I'm saying is, I would rather have a really nice sounding record, and I mean, then spend twice or 3 times as much for a used copy that is VG. Now they're going to tell you they're going to sell it as VG plus on Discogs or something, but the truth is, if you're using true grading, it's a VG copy. It's going to have a few pops, a few clicks. It's going to have a little surface noise because these Led Zeppelin albums were played to death. So, and especially late at night.
That's why original Zeppelin albums, I don't know, someone says they're 10 to 20, they're not $10 to $20 in Seattle. They're like $40 and some are more, maybe 30. It depends. A clean.
Who said that? Who said that?
I don't know.
Who said that?
Jeff Myers.
Occasionally you
Jeff
can.
Myers, I'm going to tell you right now, when people type stuff that's wrong, I'm going to point it out.
Well, maybe, I mean, you could get lucky and you can find them for that, but usually
it's going to be VG, borderline VG plus,
right,
at that price. And so, but if you've got a normal consumer level system, wouldn't you rather listen to that record, unless it's really a poor reissue pressing? Wouldn't you rather listen to a reissue pressing of that is
well? Okay, Elliot.
9 times out of 10, no, Elliot.
Elliot, let me make a point to you, because you're so matter of fact about stuff, and you're very reasonable. But you really have to understand that there is a level of better sounding record. Look, I'm with you on a lot of cases. But I'll give a good for instance that I picked up a reissue of the Queen. The Queen albums don't sound good. That's a generally rule of thumb, I think, with at least the American pressings.
Right.
And I picked up a reissue, and it sounded so muted. So these I will say,
and most people don't care.
Or they do put it in effort with these reissues and the audio file. They sound good. They sound better. They do.
Yeah. Well, I get that. It's just that the grading of the record, what you're hearing, pops, clicks, and surface noise, which all the cleaning in the world can't remove. I'd rather, if all things being equal, I'd rather have a repress that came out whatever year, a new copy of that classic record that plays without any pops, hisses, surface noise.
Well, that goes without saying. That goes without saying.
But people are paying.
I'm 180 degrees from that, Elliot.
I'm closer to Jim.
I would much rather have a little bit of surface noise, and really, you still get the music though. It's still there, even though there's some clicks and pops. It's still there.
Well,
and they did them,
Jim,
and the reissues sound different. They don't sound the same.
Jim, those are all your better. Those are all your better records that sound that way.
But
those are OGs. Yeah. Those are not reissues.
I don't mean a reissue that's compressed or a reissue that is just sounds flat. You know, I mean a well done reissue.
I buy all the Zappa reissues, and they're all really well done.
You have 28 of each,
and they're really well done. And I would prefer the OGs every day of the week. But that's just me. There's a certain sound that the OGs have that I love that you can't get anymore.
And Jim, equipment. If you're not A-Bing them, most people don't care. They don't know.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I have that one copy from the Coleman collection because I no longer had my RL, and it's very noisy. I sold one, which was better, but that was even a little noisy. This one's noisy, but when I put it on and I blast it, that's the RL. And even though there's that noise, you don't. Once a Led Zeppelin song is loud, you don't really hear the noise. It sounds like nothing sounds as good as that. It's amazing. But yeah, I wish it was a clean sound. And I mean, the digital ones that Jimmy Page did aren't as bad as some people say. They're not bad at all.
We should do it.
But you're comparing it to the RL, right?
Well, I'm just saying in general. I mean, I think I have another 70s copy of like Led Zeppelin 2. I think I don't remember now.
Yeah.
I think the truth is, even all this stuff, and I jump on the bandwagon wanting this, I hardly listen to Led Zeppelin albums anymore. And when I do, it's always the first album. The first album is my favorite Led Zeppelin album. I'll put that on any day.
No, I did a lot of, back in the day, we were banging like a screen door in a windstorm to those Led Zeppelin songs. Sorry, I just wanted to say.
Are you trying to say you were masturbating to those songs?
Yeah, I just wanted to say banging like a screen door in a windstorm. But yeah, those Led Zeppelin songs meant a lot to me.
Oh, but a well-mastered.
I got over it. I never made it to the next level of that kind of music.
But a well-mastered, well-mixed, well-mastered, well-pressed record. A reissue can be just as good as an OG or better.
Elliot,
it's always going to be different.
Elliot, if I duct taped you, and I believe duct taping is the proper way to do this, to that couch and forced you to listen to two different cuts, including the modern, I don't think you would pick the modern one. I don't.
But I'm not going to listen to. I'm not going to A/B.
You're not going to A/B it, so that's fine.
When I listen to a record, I won't. I listen to see how it sounds. If it sounds good, and when I say sounds good, I mean it doesn't sound compressed, I guess you would say, or it doesn't sound flat. If it sounds like it has life to it, and it plays well, I'm happy, and I'm not going to go searching for another copy.
Elliot,
that's just me.
Elliot, can you do me a favor? Elliot, I am talking to Elliot. Elliot, can you do me a favor? next time you hear a record that blows your socks off, can you videotape yourself,
The
please?
socks blown off. No,
Yeah.
Elliot, I'm on the same page as you. When I, like in the 80s, I started, or 80s and 90s, I started getting into jazz a little more. And those reissues, I bought all those reissues. They were cheaper. They were easy to find. You didn't have to go digging too hard. They sounded great. But in the 30 years since then, I stopped buying that shit. I buy OGs as often as possible.
Well,
To me,
Jim, the parameter is if they're wanting $40 for a used copy of a particular album, and I can find that a well done reissue of the same album for $20. I'm not going to buy that used copy. I'm going to buy the reissue. On the other hand, if they've got a $40 reissue, remastered copy of this record, and I can go searching around and find a used copy for $5 or $10, I'm going to go with the used copy. Some of those records, for instance, that Rob was showing earlier, like, for instance, the Linda Ronstadt Hasten Down the Wind. Why would I buy that for $40 or more, whatever they're charging for them,
right,
when I can get it all day long for $2 or $3
It
or
depends
$4?
on the record. It depends on the record.
Elliot, okay, Elliot. Do you eat like beef?
Yes.
Do you? Is it more in the form of like a hamburger or a meatloaf?
In this day and time, that's about all we can afford. But occasionally, I'll have steak.
Hold on. Have you bought like a hamburger from the dollar store, like those frozen patties?
No.
Why?
Do you look at the percentage?
They're cheaper.
Do you look at the percentage?
It's not cheaper than patty in a mile.
Do you look at the percentage on hamburger? 90%, 80%.
I'm just saying, Elliot, you seem to be the guy who has a philosophy on life, and you could change out records with beef patties. So you're telling me?
That beef patty from the dollar store is not going to have good flavor. It's a flat, noisy.
But
record.
It's $1.
But
it's $1. And the other one is
but for that reason, I'm not going to buy it. But on the other hand, if I can cook my own hamburger here, buy ground beef, patty my hamburger out, fix it the way I want it for, a packet of hamburger, it's going to be like $7. I'm not going to instead go to the Applebee's and pay $15.
Okay. I made a stupid joke. It did not deserve a legitimate answer. Secondly, Elliot, earlier you were very proud that you picked up some jazz records, and you showed me the Mingus record.
Yeah.
I told you that's an excellent record. It sounds excellent. It's just a good version.
And it's a reissue.
Well, it is a reissue, but it's
repackaged.
It's not expensive.
Right.
So that's more my philosophy. If I find a record that I know is a good sounding record and it just happens to be cheap, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
And I feel no need to get the reissue audiophile or a brand new reissue.
Right.
But here's another point, Elliot.
Well, I agree with that philosophy.
Okay, here's a record you can find easily. It's one of the easiest to find records. War's Greatest Hits. Easy,
Yes.
Not hard. Because it was
$5
popular.
or less.
Yes. But I'm telling you, as someone who's had the regular one you could find for $5, that Kevin Gray is worth every penny you will pay for it.
He's right.
I mean, it just
You're
is.
right about that.
And there'll be certain artists or certain albums where that will be the way I'll think about it as well. I don't. I'm not all the way on one side or the other. I try to be objective and situational.
Ellie, you're right about like every 70s Linda Ronstadt album will sound spectacular. And you're right, you can get those cheap if they're clean. buy them cheap, buy the originals. The 70, you won't
but
best
I mean,
70s.
really, okay, here, Jim is all about slashed up records to listen to. Just look at his better records that he has. But getting back to it is those Linda Ronstadt records, she was popular. They sold really well.
And they weren't overplayed like a Led Zeppelin
finish.
record.
They
weren't
they're
destroyed.
very easy. They're very easy to find.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are.
yeah.
But the problem is, Elliot, I rather have a clean sounding record. That would be my, that I will say, if there is a line that I tend to not cross, I would prefer a new, clean, nice sounding version of the record.
Yeah, but if you want a
definitely
really
won't-
shitty sounding record and you want to pay $50, just buy the new Rolling Stones record.
Oh, okay.
Really shitty sounding.
When we're done with this topic, I would like to fight Mazzy. Can I fight Mazzy now?
I want to see you guys arm
I
wrestle.
streamed a new Rolling Stones record. First of all, it seems the streaming version's longer, right? It's over an hour long. Is that the album?
That's the album. It's a double, 2 records.
2 records.
It's 62 minutes.
I will be critical of anything. That record's good.
Well,
That's a
some
good
of the-
record.
I never said the songs were bad.
You said it was half of it was horrible.
Yeah, well, I think half of it is horrible. I think the
No,
sound
half
is
of it is.
atrocious.
I will say, here's the deal. I will say, are they doing something new and different? No. It's regular old Rolling
I don't
Stones.
expect new and
Well,
different
you
from
know.
the Stones, and actually they are. They're putting a lot of
But
pop.
I will say, maybe if anything, they could have spread the better songs around on the album more.
Yeah, yeah.
But that first song,
Half of it Mick screams through.
no, he's singing his regular singing.
No, he's not. No.
No, yes, he is. The first
Read the
song,
comments on my
the first song is the best song. Very bluesy, nice rock. But they have a song like Wild Horses on there, a nice ballady song.
That's the best song. Yeah, it's kind of a love letter to America, with the cracks in the bell. It's critical of America, but it loves America.
Don't 2 of them live in the U.S.
Well, one.
I thought
Mick probably has
here.
a place. Mick's in London. Mick's all over the world. Mick's in Paris. Keith lives in New York.
New York.
But the bottom line for the Rolling Stones is,
yeah,
I'm not going to pick out Hackney Diamonds or this new record to listen to. When I'm going to listen to Rolling Stones, I'm going to get Let It Bleed out, or I'm going to get Exile on Main Street out.
Elliot,
I'm just, I'm not going to waste my time with a new Rolling Stones record.
Elliot wants to pour a bowl full of grape nuts, put a little milk in it, maybe a blueberry, and listen to his old records.
Elliot,
Listen, get with the time.
I'm right with you, babe.
My favorite Rolling Stones record, and maybe it's a time of when it came out and I listened to it, is Tattoo You. That's my favorite.
Yeah. So
I even like Goat's Head Soup, people.
No,
Well,
and my
Goat's Head
favorite
Soup would be the one from my nostalgia.
and my favorite Rolling Stone song of all time, and it's like a top 10 song for me, is Beast of Burden. That's a top 10 song for me. So getting back to it, the album, and I don't think Elliot's a big streamer. I have Apple Music. I'm in my car a lot of the time. I play the album, and it's really good.
The Stones album sounds best in your car. Seriously. I played it. It's a good driving record. I will say that. But there's a guy on the Hoffman forums in the Stones thread, and he is obviously a Stones apologist and fans, and he says, "Of course it doesn't sound good. It's not supposed to. You're not supposed to listen to it on nice gear. You're supposed to listen to it on compromised gear because it's compromised recording." And he's presenting that as
Is he on the Hoffman forums?
He's in the Hoffman forums.
Well, 90% of the people on the Hoffman forums are grade A idiots.
No, but a lot of them are more audio sound.
No, they're morons.
And the problem is all the people on the
talking
Hoffman
about it's meant to be shitty. It's like it's like
someone
Woody
do me
Allen's
a
Annie
favor?
Hall. If they don't steal from us, who are they going to steal from?
Well, isn't that the premise of, for instance, a lot of people shit on Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen album Born to Run, but wasn't that really geared toward AM radio or playing it in your car?
Springsteen's albums are compressed in a different way. They're like wall of sound compression. And yeah, and some people have been critical of that. You're used to that with Springsteen. The thing is, the Stones have recorded they're not like perfectly recorded albums, but you put on Black and Blue, probably their best sounding record. And, I know all the flourishes you can say, you hear the space, you hear the instruments. This new album is a mess. And it seems like it's really led by Andrew Watt. Now,
well,
give him credit. He's a good cheerleader.
Mazzy,
these guys off their ass.
Let me ask you a question, Mazzy. Historically, aren't the Rolling Stones known for recording songs here, there, and everywhere?
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
don't sit there. They don't go into the studio to record one album. They don't.
They have.
My question, I would like to know if someone knows the answer, is how much of this album is amassed from just songs that were sitting around?
Well, some of them were left over from the last album and then finished, but that's not uncommon with bands. They sometimes they get very.
The way my understanding of the reason the Stones albums do not sound great is because they didn't sit in one studio recording the whole album. They were done piecemealed. Look, I listened to the album. I thought it was good. Better than what Mazzy's opinion of it is. Okay. And I'm not a raving Rolling Stones fan. In fact, you know what? Here's the best way to listen to the Stones. They came out with that CD set of all their music. That sounds the best to me. Out of all, the Tattoo You album is the best sounding. It's a Robert Ludwig.
That's a good one.
Every other album, that's the reason I don't have most of their albums on vinyl, because they don't sound good to me.
Yeah,
the CDs sound better.
Mondo says the new album. Are you saying that the new album is very? There's no breathing room in it. It's kind of,
you don't hear you remember, like, even on the 70s albums, you have Bobby Keith's saxophone comes out. You have the keyboards of Nicky Hopkins. You have maybe the organ of Billy Preston.
You say there's no separation with the instrument.
Yeah, you have great musicians. You have Stevie Winwood all over this album playing organ and piano, and you barely hear it. You know it's there, but you barely hear the horns.
Well, some albums,
Amy Winehouse songs,
some artists and some albums, that's what you want. You want that fat sound.
Well, that's obviously what they wanted.
Other artists or other albums, you want that breathing room, that air between, that separation. It just depends on. I would think of the Stones more as one that you wanted everything, just all like with the
big news, people.
Listen, he's 95 years old. If I want to see,
he's got a new heavy metal band.
Yeah,
3 nights in Chicago. Mazzy, I just sent this to you. And you didn't even share it.
They're gonna wheelchair him on. He's in a wheelchair now. Everyone, they're gonna wheel him on stage. You know what, Jim? You're king of changing the subject. Just stick with what we're talking about.
Okay, Rob. Rolling Stones, the production of the Rolling Stones album is not a mistake. It's what Andrew Watt and the Stones followed along and liked.
You're putting words
in my mouth.
I never said that.
I know you didn't, but I'm responding to some comment. It's what they wanted. I
don't know about that, but hey, let me answer this. I don't think sound-wise you can compare the Beatles to the Rolling Stones, especially with their later albums, because their producer wouldn't stand for it. He was like high-end recording everything. So even if it was piecemeal together, it wasn't shoddy sounding like the Rolling Stones album sound to me.
Yeah, those guys at Abbey Road had their white.
Well, that was early on. Early on, they did.
George Martin.
Yeah, he wouldn't and Jeff Emmerich and Norman. Producer.
Do you think if George Martin produced the Stones, their albums would sound better?
It would be very different.
Better than this album, but George Martin is the wrong producer for the Stones. And
listen, stop being. Here's what I'm going to start doing with Mazzy. Stop being Hoffman forums about this. I'm saying sound quality.
It would technically sound better. The soul might get sucked out, unfortunately.
Here on YouTube, we in the vinyl community on YouTube, we talk about the Hoffman forums, how awful the people, the commenters, the participants are, and how it's toxic and all that. But on the Hoffman forums, they talk about the YouTube vinyl community and say the exact same thing. They're awful. They're they don't.
You saw that comment.
They don't know anything.
Then you saw that comment because one guy in that thread about Westman's Zeppelin thing says something about all they do is talk about new reissues and promoting the labels and reissues. And I responded to that guy. I said, there is a lot of that, but you're obviously not watching because most people show crate digging and their own collections and records they picked up and used records. That's most of it. The whole new reissue thing is a very narrow part.
I'm not big on quoting memes, but the Simpsons meme of Grandpa yelling at a cloud in the sky, that's the Hoffman forums.
Yeah.
I am Team Tim, Team University of Vinyl Tim. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, I'm Team Jefferson too.
But I will say this: you are a Steely Dan like fanatic in Dire Straits, so of course you would feel that way.
Rob, speaking of changing the subject, I can show three of the records I got from the None Such sale last week.
Oh, how about what do you have weekly shipping ins of these records? I thought
I'm a senior citizen, Rob. The thing we live for is to buy stuff and get it sent to us.
Yeah, like Dollar Tree hamburgers.
Yeah. But the None Such label was running up. I think it was a 30% or 40% off sale.
Yeah, they do that occasionally.
And they do, and it lasted for a few days. And so I picked up 10 records for they average out about $18 each. But this is the second album from Rachel and Bill.
Okay, so do you know who Rachel is?
Yes, she's in Lake Street Dive.
Excellent band, and actually Lake Street Dive and this Velray guy, they all met at the Berklee School of Music.
That's right. She was a classmate. She was a classmate of his, and he's the first album, and this one as well, I believe.
I have the first album on vinyl.
It's his songs. Yeah, I've got the first one, and I just picked this one up because I like the first one so much. He's writing the songs, and they're both singing, of course, but her voice is just great.
Very 30s, 40s style acoustic.
Yes,
acoustic,
it's like a trio or
jazz. It's vocal jazz.
Very good stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
And I also, I'm not showing them, but I got 4 or 5 more Lake Street Dive albums.
Oh, you have their albums?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And this is the best of the Gypsy Kings.
You know what I picture? Wasn't Elliot talking about dancing earlier? I picture when Elliot puts that record on,
he dances.
He starts dancing.
Hey, Elliot, you should have grabbed a couple of Cecile McLaurin-Salvant records. She's on None Such.
Okay, I appreciate the suggestion. Not everything was on sale. There was selected albums on sale. Mazzy, quit looking at your phone and look at the screen.
No, we had a hostage or a SWAT team out here at 6 a.m. this morning.
Right.
A few blocks away.
I got this Rycooter.
Did you release the hostage, Mazzy?
That's great. That's a great. Yeah. That has a booklet, and then there's a big book. Have you opened it yet?
No, I haven't opened it.
You got the whole history of Chavez Ravine, which is Dodger Stadium.
Yeah. They basically kicked everybody out.
The migrants, the Mexican migrants, they
built Dodger Stadium.
They promised they were going to do this kind of working new homes and shopping, and of course they did a bait and switch and they built a baseball stadium. So
that I've got most of Rycooter's stuff now with it. I didn't have this album before.
That's a history lesson, LA.
Well, I'm history buff, so
I know. There's a suit in there too. It's pretty cool.
And so I got 10 of those records from None Such. I also got a 25th anniversary for the Carolina Chocolate Drops album that has a bonus album in it. I had the original. I've got the original album, but now I've got this one with the bonus. So a nice, not a price wise, a good price, but not like dirt cheap or anything. Averaged down about $18 and some cents for the 10 records. So keep an eye on None Such. They run some nice sales, and there's some really good material.
Well, Elliot would never buy these records, but the two best None Such records you could get are the Jeff Parker albums.
Oh, yeah, those are.
Well,
Wait, whoa, Rob.
Buena Vista Social Club.
I actually have one. I have a Jeff Parker album.
You do. Which one did you get?
No, I didn't get it recently. I've had it for several years. I don't
Okay,
remember.
not well. You should get the new one if you like that album. Get the
Yeah,
new one.
I don't remember the album title, but I got. Oh,
Hey.
one other thing, Rob. While you got me big on the screen, I've noticed some criticism in the comments. First of all, I'm not in my basement because if I'm in the basement, that's when we have a lot of trouble with the connection.
Yeah,
I'm in my living room. This is not cheap 70s.
it doesn't
fake.
look like it doesn't look like it is.
Somebody was saying that this is 1950s. I believe it's a half inch or 3/4 inch thick knotty pine. Original to the house. House was built in the mid 50s. That's original to the house.
And if any, I think people are more. Listen, Elliot, this is not the Hoffman Forums. It's a more of a safe place. Secondly, I think people are more concerned that there might be bodies inside the walls of your house.
Well, no, because in the 50s and the 60s and even the 70s, they didn't do a lot of great insulation in buildings.
No.
Well,
I had
this house was built by one of the Turlington brothers. They when everybody else was charging $5 and $6 a square foot, he was charging $11 and $12 a square foot because he did such a better job. And for instance, 1950s house, I've got walk-in closets. You never had walk-in closets.
Hold on. Are the Darlington brothers on the Hoffman Forums?
Turlington.
Hey,
Is it Turlington?
Turlington.
So is it related to Christy Turlington, the
All right,
The
my
model?
joke was better than your stupid.
Probably.
the
ass.
model? One of the
Probably.
supermodel, Christy Turlington. I think she was from the Bay Area, actually. Christy
Hey,
Turlington.
listen, Doodad Dave, Jeff Parker is a jazz guitarist, kind of avant-garde from LA.
Yeah.
Excellent. Go stream him.
My house is 50 years older than yours, Elliot.
Cool.
Yeah, his house is made out of stone.
I live
So
in
your
His
your
house is
house
made
was
out of-
built about
His house is
2000,
made out of kidney stones. passed by-
1920.
His house
1920.
is made out of kidney stones passed by people who are on the Hoffman Forums.
30 years older. This was built about 54, 55.
Some guy came down here and he built 100 houses out of River Rock. And then to sell them, he did all kinds of crazy stunts.
How many people have owned your house before you had it? Do you know?
I would say 10, a lot.
It's 100 years old.
A lot.
Yeah.
There's a guy around here who does the history. He'll do a history of your house for you.
Well, you've been in it how long?
I've only been here for 6 years, 7 years.
Okay.
But it feels like he's been there for 50.
For 50.
Well, I bought this house from the original owner. We bought this house from the original owner.
Okay, so there's a house in Hollywood that I grew up in. It was a triplex, and my dad sold it in 1967. That house is still owned by the person who bought it from my dad in 67. It has not changed hands once since then. I find that weird.
And your dad's 500 years old.
My father is 101, baby.
How is he doing?
101.
How's he doing?
Good. He's doing great. He thank God he's not driving too much anymore. He got a Rascal. He's got a scooter. And he can put
Hey,
a chick
Jim,
on the
when
back,
he's done with it, can you start using it?
Zep
ready.
Pearl, you missed all the Zeppelin talk.
So
Yeah.
we need to talk.
He can go back.
We need to talk classic records, Mike Hobson, what went down with Led Zeppelin. That's a story, guys. What happened?
Here's
you
what
know.
went.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Here's what went down. Right, Hobson overpressed records that he wasn't supposed to.
For a
And
long time.
he wasn't supposed to do this single-sided double 45. Hold on a second. Double 45. Now
Right.
this was purchased by Coffee Dave for about $1,500. I'm not quite sure when. Soon after it came out, and it sold out. I don't know how many copies. Anybody know how many they did? This is the stupidest thing. Now look at this. Can you?
Right.
It's single-sided 45s. So physical graffiti is 8 discs. Single-sided 45. Now I had this for 6 months because I was helping Dave sell it. And first of all, he said you can listen to it if you want. So I ended up listening to everything over a month. Some were really good. Some were not. Excuse me.
Oh no! Can someone get over and give the Heimlich to Mazzy?
It wasn't great. It certainly weren't with us. So I finally put it on my Discogs.
Oh,
We
don't
had
cry! Don't
We're
cry,
gonna lose
Mazzy. They'll reissue that box someday.
we sold it for $9,500.
Nice.
I got 20%. Now it's gone for up to 20,000. This was 4 years ago. Okay.
It sounds like shit.
And I mean, it doesn't sound like shit. It just doesn't sound. I mean, I think Led Zeppelin 3 is good. I forgot which ones now. Some are better than others, but it's not great and it's stupid. Look at that. You got your filing cabinet with each record.
I had a friend who was Hobson's bookkeeper. He was the bookkeeper at.
Hey, now, Mazzy, can you also put your medical history inside there?
It was a great like step stool in my record room for about 6 months.
Like your George Harrison box.
Oh, it wasn't a mess. It was great. I made $1,600 on it, you know.
Wow.
My friend who was the bookkeeper at Classic, I was online once and they had some a Zappa thing they did, and I bought it online. And within 15 minutes, my friend, the bookkeeper, calls me up, laughing in my face. You fucking sucker! We have a warehouse full of that shit.
Well, I'm not familiar with Classic Records. Is that the name of the label?
They were like the first reissue, a high-end reissue company.
Elliot, hold on one second. Let me discipline Elliot here right now. You're on the Hoffman forums, and you haven't heard of Classic Records?
Okay.
I'm just not familiar with it. I mean, I've seen mention of it, but
it was the late 90s into the 2000s. Michael Hobson.
Can we have
and it was when nobody wanted records, so he licensed a lot of classical, a lot of jazz, a lot of rock, and he did, the Who, and he did, all the major bands.
Titles.
Great titles, not the Beatles. He
did.
And he would do 33 and 45, 200 grams and 180 grams. That stupid flat. Whatever the clarity was, super vinyl, whatever it was called.
It was like high-end. It was high-end audiophile reissues, and this dude has kind of been.
They were like $35, $40, $30.
So Elliot, the guy Michael Hobson, has kind of been amassed to be some sort of flim-flam man kind of guy.
Well,
that never happens in the record industry.
But
he made good stuff.
But what is acoustic sounds now? Is a lot of classic.
Well, Chad bought the metal and all the inventory left.
Yeah,
the record sold for like 30. It doesn't exist anymore. Chad bought them out.
Yeah. And he took that money.
The thing is, they can't
money and started a water company.
Even though he has all the metal plates, Chad can't just press them because they don't have the licensing, publishing, the licensing. So it's kind of useless. And if they were to do Led Zeppelin, it would be. I don't think he has those plates up currently, according to some people, but it wouldn't be good. You need to start over again. But he had Bernie Grundman, good people.
What happened to possession is 9/10 of the law? It would seem to me like if you legally own the metal parts, you ought to be able to do with them what you want.
Well, he was known for way after his license existed, pressing these records,
pressing more copies.
And to put it what Scott had typed is his comment. The thing I know is he didn't have cover, so he put them out as test pressings. He called them test pressings.
And I have a friend who has about 50 or 30 10-inch Jimi Hendrix live reel-to-reels. And he has provenance. He has the right to have them. But he does not have the right to in any way make money off of them.
Yeah, you can own something. You just can't
perform.
You can't. You don't have the licensing.
No, listen. If you're looking for people who talk over each other, this is your place.
And then there were 14 of us, and we went 7 times. This is really good coffee, guys. I want to talk about it for a minute. It's really good.
Is that Grafale?
And what?
Is that
Hey,
Grafale?
Jim, can you take your break to have your violent
Grafale
diarrhea?
fucked up. Grafale fucked up. I want 2 pounds a month. They started sending me 2 pounds every 2 weeks.
What did you write them?
I just today did. They said, I'm going to send you, and they're going to send you another 2 pounds. I go, no. Hold on. And I want a fucking hat.
Did you ask them?
No.
You should.
But
I got
will.
a hat.
I will. I don't want you to be the only one with a hat. I wore my Fish King because I didn't want to piss you off with the Dodgers today.
That's okay.
Hey, Jim, what's the deal today? You have to go have your
I broke my bicep, people. I literally tore one of the ligaments in my bicep. I got
and that was just getting out of bed, right?
That's not a muscle.
I'm kind of bummed out, Jim, because this weekend the Giants are
only on this side.
I'm kind of bummed out because this weekend the Giants and the Mariners are playing here, so I can't go to the games. They're playing 3 games.
You wouldn't go anyway, right?
Definitely go see the Giants. You don't. It's rare to have American and National League playing.
No, it's not rare anymore.
Well,
They
it's
do
not.
it all the time.
It's not common.
How much is it?
It's not even that it's not common. It's a regular thing now.
It's not It's not in the normal rotation.
It is a
it's
normal
not a normal
thing.
rotation.
They change up the rotation, but it's a regular thing.
It costs a Led Zeppelin 2 RL in order to go to a fucking Dodger game these days.
Yeah, it does. It does.
$40 for parking.
Well, I can take the light rail. It goes right there from here.
Food
I can walk
is
5 minutes.
Unbelievably.
I get there in like less than 15 minutes on the light rail.
Hey, Bill K, can you just go do your own live stream? Everyone seems to like what you're doing today.
So, anyway,
we still have talk. We may end up getting the what is it? The Tampa Bay baseball team.
Well,
still trying to get.
They play in the shitty stadium or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think there's an issue of whether they're going to build a new stadium there,
Yeah.
so they may get sold or moved. And
I'm
so
hearing I think I saw that the Portland basketball team, the Trailblazers, might go to Vegas.
Yeah, Raleigh's trying either to get an expansion team or an existing team that they can move to Raleigh. So we got our fingers crossed that might happen. I would enjoy a week.
Don't you have minor league baseball there?
Minor league baseball,
and we've got college baseball's big here too.
Minor league baseball is so much fun. Yeah. It's so much better than pro. It really is. I love.
Jim wanted to be a bat boy, and not when he was a kid, like recently.
Yeah, I'd like to be a bat old dude. Just run out there once, fall down, they take you off in a stretcher. What?
But that would be cool to have a major league team. I mean, I couldn't afford to go too often, but I'd like to go, like, say, a Tuesday.
Do you think that area could support like a 35,000 seat stadium?
Yeah, I think so. We're bigger than about a third of the current Major League Baseball areas. Markets. We got, I think it's a little under 4 million people within a.
What would they do? Build a new stadium? They
would build it. There's land to build it near the basketball arena.
They could play at one of the college parks until they do that.
Probably, maybe, or if it's an expansion team, they just wouldn't move. They wouldn't start until it was built.
The A's are doing that. They're playing in Sacramento until the Vegas stadium's ready.
Oh, the A's they fucked over Oakland.
They've got where the Carolina Hurricanes play hockey is the same place where NC State Wolfpack plays basketball, and they've got a bunch of land in that area, and so they may build it out there. And the idea is to build around it, all the restaurants and hotels.
Right. Elliot, Dave Weekly actually is a sports dude.
Yeah.
A radio sports guy, right, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
He say they aren't moving. They're just going across the bridge.
They're going to build something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, typically they can consistently put out a good team. Yeah. So,
well, where the Oakland A's plays is where I saw Led Zeppelin the last 2 times. They're very final to American shows. One of them was the big kerfuffle, the big fight with the Graham people and the Peter Grant goons.
I read a great story about a Willie Nelson fight with the Graham people. It was awesome. Willie Nelson had a manager who was his drummer, an old guy, and he carried a 22 in his sock. And there's a story in Sacramento, Bill Graham was bitching about the sound, and the drummer had enough of this shit, jumped down off the stand, stuck his fucking pistol up Bill Graham's nose, and had him sit next to some Hell's Angels and said, keep him there. And he did.
Well, that would basically, Bill Graham would ban that person forever.
That was
was
Rich.
his
The
manager.
drummer was Richie, wasn't it?
He wouldn't book anything with, knowing Bill Graham, he would not book anything with that manager ever again.
Willie
The A's
was
are in
fine.
Vegas. They're going to be the team in Vegas. They're building the stadium right now.
Yeah, they're going to
You know the story about Willie and hiring the young intern. They hired a young intern to work with Willie, and they were on tour, and so his job, being the last man on totem pole, is Willie was almost out of weed, and they would say, they'd be in Tampa, and they'd say, you go find the best weed in Tampa, and don't come back until you've got it. And he'd go, and they'd be fine for a while, and they'd get to Detroit, and Willie's running low on weed. You go find the best weed in Detroit. Same thing. They got to Denver. You go find the best weed in Denver and don't come back until you've got it. He comes back with the best weed from Denver.
Sounds like it's set up for a joke.
Willie smokes a little bit of it and can't make it out onto the stage. Can't even hold his guitar up. He's so sad. So when they get to San Francisco, they say, you go out and you find the second best weed in San Francisco and don't come back until you got it. Hey, I told that one pretty quick there, Rob.
Was there a rabbi, a priest, and
Everybody, I'm producing a one-man show. It's called Elliot on Stage.
Elliot, where was the first place you ever smoked weed?
First place?
Yeah, first time you ever smoked weed. Where were you, Elliot?
Just at somebody's house or out in the woods, probably.
Out in the woods. I like that.
Probably, yeah.
Rob?
Yes.
First place you ever smoked weed?
Out in the woods. I'll tell you what. Here's the deal. Me and my buddy would meet up under some power lines. And we would meet up a couple times a week and just shoot the shit. He'd smoke a cigarette because he smoked, I didn't. But we probably around then. That sadly, not but a few years later, he died of cancer.
Holy shit!
As before he was.
Mazzy,
I pretty much the same. I was I used to go camping with my buddies when we were in high school, and 17, 18, 19, we were. Maybe no, 17, we were driving. And so every week in the summer, we'd go camping. We get these tents, 17, 18. And I was the holdout. I didn't smoke. All the other four of us smoked. And they'd pass it around. They'd always skip me. And one time in the tent, I finally took the joint and I smoked it. But it took me a year to get high. But it was very close to where Neil Young's ranch
You smoked a joint for a
what
year?
year was that? How old were you?
I would have been like 17 or 18, probably 18. I was,
That's
and
sort of like
you were a
and it
late
was very
bloomer.
close. The campsite or the camp area is in the redwoods up near where Neil Young's ranch was, Santa Cruz. I mean, in the San Mateo Mountains.
Then Mazzy carved a swastika on his forehead and formed a bunch of killer girls.
I'm not a good pothead. But a year later, we're driving to Winterland. I'm driving, and someone hands me a joint and it finally hit me a year later. And I got so stoned. We were driving in an area in the city where they were renovating and building a tunnel, and it was all this construction. And I pulled over and I kept saying, I can't maintain, I can't drive. It just hit me like that. And I had to have someone else drive.
for me, it was under the Shakespeare Bridge with the Franklin.
I used to go camping a lot.
Hey, listen, every time we drive by that
Williamson.
stupid ass bridge, Jim tells the story.
And you want to know how old I was, Mazzy?
12.
true.
I was 71, so I would have been 17.
I was 12, and
Jim, there's one thing Jim hasn't grown out of, both physically and mentally.
being 12,
Yes.
I think that's why. And here's the spooky thing about it.
I'm going to show no.
Marijuana wasn't the first thing for me. I had already taken and gotten shit-faced on LSD.
Mm.
Okay.
So acid led to weed.
I did a video before, and some people misrepresented me. Said, "Oh, I know who it was. It's Jose in Mexico says I dumped on this band. I do like this band, Ween. I hate the other one, the other W band with the blue album cover. What are they called?
Weezer.
Weezer. I'm not a Weezer fan, but I like Ween.
How did I know that? How did I know that?
I know. Yeah.
Weezer is good.
About either band, they sound
I'm not I don't know. Everyone loves that album. It just doesn't work for me. But I did a video when they announced this, and I got Rhino to send me. I requested I don't request a lot of records, but
You just request everything.
and actually, this is something that Elliot might like. This is Ween doing a country record.
Yeah, doodah.
And it's kind of country record like if now Jim would know what's that porno country band? Remember Shava from the 70s?
The what
Country
country?
porn. Country porn. Remember country porn?
No.
Okay.
I'm
It's
gonna
not porn,
stick
but
it in you. Boom, ba-ding, bing,
This
bing.
is 12 golden country greats, but it has 3 LPs. It has outtakes and demos, and it's really good. And they recorded this in Nashville, I think at Bradley's Barn with a lot of the Nashville musicians. So it's the real deal, but the lyrics are crazy. Piss Up a Rope. That's exactly one of the songs. Exactly. Piss Up a Rope. Think of Kinky Friedman a little bit.
Would you call it a novelty record?
But no, because it's not all the songs are like Piss Up a Rope. They're very kind of straight ahead. Pretty Girl, Japanese Cowboy, I Don't Want to Leave You on the Farm, Pretty Girl, Powder Blue.
Are you
Mr.
making
Mrs.
up these
Smoker.
titles?
No. Whoa, one song, here you go. One song is called Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Hey,
anyway,
hey, Fluffy.
I'm
were you
always a little bit wary of albums by artists who suddenly venture into something that they're not. There's not.
Do you have Bradley's Barn by Bo Ramos?
I do not.
That you would like that. That was recorded in '68 at Owen Bradley's Barn.
I just sold my Bo Brummel's record at the Wilson Record Show.
Rick's. First of all, I've had the original CD of the original album, so of course I'll listen to it. I like this record, and I recorded a video when they announced it. I just think this is it's not a big. It's a cult record, definitely, but
is it just they did this as a quirk, or is this trying to tap into
well, the thing about Ween is
audience?
The band always went in different directions. They'll do a little hip hop, they'll do alt country, they'll do post punk, they'll do folky stuff. They always did different.
Hey, Fluffy, were you conceived to the Ween song?
Yeah. Anyway, okay. I'm
Interested.
excited. I think maybe it comes out tomorrow.
The record.
You mean, Mazzy, you write, you email Rhino Records and they send you what you ask for?
Not always. No, but here's the deal.
What if I emailed him and said, hey, my friend Mazzy said that I ought to touch base with you?
Do that, Elliot.
Look at pure transparency. I've now built up the channel enough with almost 48,000 subscribers, and people see the numbers, and labels started contacting me. I never sent out things to labels, but now if I do, like you've seen some of my videos, maybe sometimes when I hear, like yesterday, the Beck and what else, and the Grateful Dead announced new things. So I went downstairs when I got those press releases, or I saw the Dave Lemieux, the guy from Grateful Dead, Lemieux, his lakeside or seaside chat. I made a video on this new Grateful Dead box. The labels didn't ask me to. They didn't send me anything. On my own initiative, I like the Grateful Dead, so I made a video. labels see this stuff. The labels watch videos like Melinda Murphy, like Tim University, like me, like Rob, like Steve Westman. Obviously, the ones that get more views, they're more aware of, but they see jazz bums and things like that too.
I don't think they're watching me, but maybe I can go.
It's building. It's
Hey,
like the critics. No, I've known people who worked in college. When I worked in college radio, we didn't get a lot of promos, but if I was a program director for a while, the music director for a while at my college radio station, I could reach out to Warner Brothers and say, hey, I'd like a copy, and they would have sent it to me. I didn't do it very much because I was working in stores and getting promos anyway. But if you have a base, in those days especially, because records were cheap, now they're not going to send records to everyone, but they do it now more. But I've only, I think, asked for 4 records since I've been doing this. And the Beau Brummels from Real Gone. In fact, Joey Callio connected me with someone at Real Gone because they do the 2 Daughter records. And they put out that Beau Brummels, the reunion album from 75. And there's an extra disc demo.
That's the Beau Brummels record that I sold last weekend at Record Show. Not the current pressing.
How much? Like $20?
Oh no, like 10.
Oh, you should have kept it. It's excellent then.
Well, I kept it for a long time. I played it and
did you play
listened to it and had it for a while time. But I kind of rotate. Say, how often am I going to listen to this Brummels record? I might as well put it out, to sell.
But and I know Rob will say you don't have to defend yourself. Just because I get something free, I've given not great reviews on records I've gotten for free and vice versa.
Hey, Mazzy, hold on. Mazzy, please, I plead with you to make a video of all the bad mouth of Gravy Train records you got. Please.
Hold
on.
Well, first of all, okay, the Stones album is from
video ever.
The Stones album is from Universal. So I get records. I have gotten some records from Universal, and that's a Universal release. And I don't know if I trashed it, but I didn't say nice things about it. And they're not going to say, hey, just because you said something bad for one of our releases that I say nice things about it. If I like it,
breaking news. Mick Jagger just took a hit out on Mazzy. It's coming.
Mazzy, do you get stuff sent to you that you didn't ask for?
I'm sorry?
Do you get stuff sent to you that you never asked for?
Well, I only asked for 4 records, and I get sent.
No, Mazzy's gotten crap. He says he's gotten crap.
I got a lot of. I've given things to I've given records to Coffee Dave. I've given records to Kimbo.
He's given them to me.
Yeah. I usually I don't sell records. In the old days, all the reviewers, Lester Bangs made money on selling.
That was the only way they could make a few bucks.
Yeah, because they got paid shit for review. Yeah. Reviewers get paid shit. So
when I was during the CDs era, the 90s, for I don't know, it wasn't a decade, but for 6 or 7 years, there was a the Fayetteville's about 30 miles from here, 25 miles from here, the city of Fayetteville, and they have a every other week community paper, as we see, with articles about things to do in the community and things like that. And I started doing a album review, a CD review column for them for, like I said, 5 or 6 years probably. And the way I would get my records, I would just write email independent labels and Fluffy. Yeah. I would email independent labels or artists and they would send. I was doing like mostly blues and stuff.
Is it true that your article was sandwiched between the Farm Report and then
more like military news, military happenings at Fort Bragg?
I used to I published a community newspaper in Studio City, home delivered, and we had a restaurant reviewer that called it Lunch with George Clooney. And obviously she never had lunch with George Clooney, but she was always inviting George to lunch with her. And it was very popular.
George lived in the neighborhood.
I get some records, but not like Mazzy.
In the 80s, I got every single thing that Warner Brothers put out sent to me.
Well, like, look at, as far as I know, I don't know if Melinda's watching now, but I think she gets some Mobile Fidelity promos, right? I don't know anyone else that gets Mobile.
I've never gotten anything from MoFi.
No, I haven't either, and I've never asked for anything, but I don't get any from Mobile Fidelity. I mean, I think Melinda does occasionally, and all the power to her.
Hey, I will not stand for Mazzy trashing Melinda Murphy. Sorry, Melinda. When he does that, I'll cut him off.
Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of like
I don't watch Melinda that often. Our musical tastes are a little different.
I'm sorry,
I love
Melinda.
Melinda. I love her. She's great.
I'm sorry, Melinda.
But I watched her recent one about overpriced record places, antique shops and stuff like that, where she was giving some really good advice for people that are new to the hobby. Don't go in there and pay $40 for that Dan Fogelberg record, because go somewhere else and pay a.
Wait, who's paying a lot of money for Dan Fogelberg? Right?
Nobody's paying them. That's what they're pricing them at some of these antique shops and things like that.
Kimbo, I was praising Melinda.
Hey,
there's no A. It's M-E.
Melinda's got a great channel.
I'm not going to put up a poll on this, but I have a question for everyone. If I was to ask certain individuals who comment in the chat and maybe appear on screen for their reviews of Olivia Rodrigo records, would people want to see that?
I like that record, actually.
I haven't listened to it. But if you'll send me a free copy, I'll do a review.
And what's good about it? It's not brick-walled. So some people say all the pop records are brick-walled. It's not. It's a good sounding record.
I just bought this. I just paid for this record. She's the cover of my.
And it's still sealed. Hey,
I'm just gonna take it out of the shred. Here, very nice new record, double 45. Sorry, Maz.
Hey, and Elliot, if he writes reviews for someone, he'll bring back his old rating system. This record is 3 jugs of moonshine. It's a scale of 1 to 5.
That's
5 to 1.
That's not nice.
Jim used to rate his albums with how erect a man's member is.
God, that's sick.
I think when I was doing those things for the Fayetteville weekly or bi-weekly, I believe I did have a scale like 4-star, 5-star, 3-star.
When I review records, I give it a rating of 1 to 5 potato, whatever the thing is Randy was talking about. We have a minute to fill. Elliot, tell us your life story.
I'll show you my jazz.
Sorry. We don't have 5 minutes to fill.
I'll show you the jazz records I picked up.
That's not the Tone Poet? Is that a real one?
This is it's a Blue Note. It's not a Tone Poet.
That came out as a Tone Poet, I think, last year.
Yeah. I got this one, this Horace Silver quintet, Serenade to a Soul Sister. I got a bunch of these. These are used records I got from somebody on the Hoffman Forum, in fact. Judah Hip at the Hickory House.
Is you sure that's not a classic reissue?
Yeah, I think this is a classic. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think most of these are classics. I ended up getting 10 records from them. They were about $11 each.
So that Horace Silver is probably the Tone Poet.
Yeah, George, how do you say it? Brythe.
Yeah, George.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of.
Actually, I believe George Braith is still alive. He's like late 80s or something like that.
And and here's a Riverside Mulligan.
If that's the Record Store Day mono that came out, it's very good.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah. These were all used records. I got 10. I got 2 live Neil Youngs and a Jimi Hendrix, and then 7 mostly, Blue Note classics, things like that, jazz records. I didn't want to show them all, bring them all up here and take too much time. But that's a good example of what I got there. So,
Hey, I think we hit the wall. I have a meeting to go into. I appreciate everyone joining us.
Right.
I'm going to post a preview for my auction later today, probably in the late afternoon, and then come by Saturday. It'll be fun.
I won't be here Tuesday because Monday I'm getting finally my teeth. They're finally doing.
Well, if you could come up and just moan your way.
I'll listen. No, I'll listen. I'll listen.
You'll pop in.
I'll bitch when Jim says
this will be Mazzy on Tuesday. He'll come up and go.
I'll be spewing blood out of my mouth.
I'm sure people have had enough of me for a while, so I probably won't.
Yeah.
No, you got to come back. You're a staple now.
Well,
Happy trails, kids.
I try not to be on more than once every couple of weeks or so because.
Hey, I want you to come back Tuesday and review the Ween Hillbilly record, please.
Okay.
I will. Yeah. Well, no, I know the regular record. I haven't heard the outtakes and stuff.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.